What if I told you that your 2026 goals are the very thing keeping you trapped? That every resolution that you're about to make is actually a prison sentence that you are writing for yourself, and that the billion-dollar goal-setting industry has been selling you a lie that keeps you running on the hamster wheel, forever chasing, but never quite arriving. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you will flip everything you think you know about success right on its head. And by the end of this episode, you will understand why the most successful people that I know do not set goals the way that you have been taught.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my fellow success seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Your Success DNA, the success for my aspiring entrepreneurs and 9-to-5 escapees, as well as my self-help devotees. Each episode delivers mindset shifts, habit upgrades, and a little dose of rebellion, all designed to help you break free from convention so that you can build not just a business, but a life and relationship and whatever you want, but all designed with your version of success. And if you know someone who dreams of ditching the grind but still makes time for a little bit of personal development in their world, then you should go ahead and forward this episode to them. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for my voice. It's a little raspy. It's the holidays, and I don't know what's going on. Been a little under the weather. Tried to get back up and at it again, but I just wanted to apologize in advance for that in case it's showing up on my microphone. So first, we're going to expose the dirty secret about why 92% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions by February. And it's not what you think. It's not about willpower, and it's not about motivation. It's about this fundamental flaw in how we have been programmed to think about change. Second, we're going to walk through the 3 psychological traps that turn your goals into prison cells. Yeah, they're keeping you stuck in cycles of shame and cycles of frustration and cycles of self-sabotage. You'll recognize yourself in these patterns, trust me, but more importantly, you'll understand why you keep falling into them. Very important. You're going to want to stick around for this. And then third, I'm going to hand you the master key to escape your goal prison forever. A revolutionary approach that most successful entrepreneurs are using this very day to create lasting transformation without the traditional goal-setting torture chamber. Okay, so here's the truth. And once again, you know me, I like to deliver a little truth that might sting a little. Your goals are not your friend. No, your goals are your warden. Every January, millions of people, me included, they voluntarily check themselves into what I'm going to call the goals prison, a psychological penitentiary where they sentence themselves to months of self-imposed suffering, all in the name of embetterment, of empowerment, of self-help, of personal development. And here's the worst part. We have all been conditioned to believe that this is normal, that struggle equals progress, that if you're not grinding yourself straight into the dust chasing some arbitrary target, you're not serious about your success. But what if everything we have been taught about goal setting is really bass-ackwards? I want you to picture this. It's January 2nd. You're sitting at your kitchen table with a fresh notebook, a good pen, and that familiar surge of New Year energy coursing through your veins. You can feel it like a heartbeat. This is it. This is the year. I'm going to win this year. And you write down your goals, and you write it down with the confidence of someone who's finally got it all figured out. You're going to lose 30 pounds. You're going to save $15,000. You're going to launch that side business that you have been talking about for 3 years. You're going to read 52 books. You're going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you're going to meditate for 20 minutes every morning. None of these are unreasonable goals. You even break them down into monthly milestones. You create your vision board. You tell your friends about your new commitment to excellence, and you go out there feeling unstoppable. Now, let's fast forward to March 15th. You're standing in that same kitchen at 7:30 a.m. after you have hit the snooze button while you were still in bed for the 3rd time. You snag up a quick granola bar for breakfast because, you're running late again. Your meditation app is sending you ping notifications that you have just learned to swipe away without even bothering to read them. That business folder on your desktop, it's still labeled someday. And you've already read about 2.5 books. And here's the worst part. You're not just disappointed with your progress. You're disappointed in yourself. Every morning becomes a reminder of who you are not. Every skipped workout whispers failure. Every late start screams undisciplined. You're starting to avoid that notebook. It sits there on the counter like evidence in a trial where you're both the defendant, the judge, and the jury. That's not both, that's 3, but you know what I'm talking about. And the verdict is always the same. Guilty of not being enough. Sound familiar? Yeah. If you've ever felt the soul-crushing weight of your own expectations, if you've ever turned your dreams into a daily dose of self-criticism, then you know exactly what the goal prison feels like from the inside. You didn't fail your goals failed you, because they were never designed to work with your psychology. They were literally designed to work against it. Let me break down those 3 psychological walls I was telling you about earlier that turn your goals into prison cells so that you can recognize when you start building your own cage in the hopes of stopping it. Prison wall number 1, it's the identity mismatch. Traditional goals ask you to do things that contradict who you already are. If you're someone who's never ever been a morning person, setting a goal right away to wake up at 5 a.m. every day is like trying to get a fish to climb a tree. You're not lazy. You're literally fighting your own identity. The prison is every time you hit snooze, you're not just missing a goal, you are reinforcing the story that you're someone who just can't follow through. Prison wall number 2. This is called the outcome obsession. Most goals, they focus on end results that you cannot directly control. Let's say the goal of losing 30 pounds. Sounds reasonable, but your body doesn't care about your timeline. Make $100,000? Yeah, that's not unreasonable. But make $100,000 completely ignores market conditions. It completely ignores timing and 1,000 other variables that are way outside your ability to influence. The prison, when you tie your self-worth to outcomes that you are unable to control, you are literally setting yourself up for a cycle of frustration and a cycle of self-blame. Now, prison wall number 3, the all or nothing trap. Yeah, I hate this one. Traditional goal setting creates this binary on or off, 0 or 1 thinking. You're either succeeding or you're failing. You're on track or you're off track. You're good or you're bad. Miss one day of your new habit, you've broken your streak. Eat one cookie while you're on your diet, you've ruined everything.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
The prison? This perfectionist mindset turns minor setbacks into a major identity crisis, making you more likely to quit entirely rather than just make course adjustments. Now I've given you those. Let me give you the hows of how you can escape goal prison and build what I call the Identity First Freedom Framework. 3 steps. Step number 1 is your idea archaeology, and we've talked about this in a previous episode. And if you didn't listen to it, you're going to go back and check it out. I'll drop the link down in the show notes to that one. Instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? Here's what I want you to ask. Who do I want to become? Maybe you don't want to be someone that wakes up at 5 a.m. Some of you don't. Some of us, we are. 3:30 is my first alarm. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe you want to be someone who has peaceful, intentional mornings. There's a big difference there, right? You feel me? Okay. Step number 2, process over outcomes. I want you to identify the daily actions that align with your desired identity, regardless of the specific outcomes. So, here's an example. Instead of lose 30 pounds, let's focus on I'm someone who moves my body daily and eats food that energizes me. See? Big difference. Could be the same goal, just a big difference. And number 3, these are flexible systems. We want to create flexible systems, not rigid rules. You want to build systems with built-in flexibility, like every part of your body, right? Your hands move, your elbows move, your shoulders. Here's an example. Let's create 3 versions of your morning routine. Say you want to work out, right? There's going to be the 20-minute version because you're going to have those busy days where you only have 20 minutes. Then there's going to be the 45-minute version. Those would be your normal days. You would normally book out 45 minutes. Okay, cool. And then the 90-minute version that you're going to try installing into your weekends. See? No more of this all or nothing thinking. When you shift from goal chasing to identity building, something magical starts to happen. You stop forcing yourself to become someone you're not and start to evolve naturally into someone you're meant to be, someone you want to be. The weight comes off because you're someone who takes care of your body. The money gets saved because you're someone who values financial freedom. The business gets built because you're someone who creates value in the world. More importantly, or maybe it's most importantly, you start to feel like yourself again. Not like someone who's consistently or constantly failing to live up to impossible standards set by you. The most successful people do not set goals. They design identities and let the results follow naturally from those identities. If this resonates with you, even a little bit, and if you're tired of the goal-setting hamster wheel and you're ready to try a different approach, I want you to go ahead and get on my newsletter. It's called Unleashing Your Success DNA. It's for my aspiring entrepreneurs, my 9-to-5 escapees, and certainly for my self-help devotees, all of who are done with conventional wisdom and ready for some real transformation. Each issue, just like this podcast, without repeating this podcast, is going to deliver some mindset shifts, some habit upgrades, and more doses of rebellion, all helping you break from convention so that you can build a life aligned with your version of success. No fluff, no false promises, just truth about what I find actually works. Go ahead and go to yoursuccessdna.com or click the link that'll be down in the show notes and get on there right now. Now, let me jump into why this matters on a much deeper level. We're living in what I think has probably become the most goal-obsessed culture in human history. Maybe it's just my observation. What do you think? We've turned personal development into a performance sport, right? I remember starting it way back in the 90s and have watched it evolve into something completely almost obscene, right? It has gotten to the point where your worth is measured by your ability to hit some arbitrary target that you set for yourself in one moment of January optimism. And even some of this January optimism is after you've spent the previous night drinking your night away. Okay? So maybe there's a drunken stupor involved in there too. I don't know. I don't drink anymore, so I can't say. But some of you, I'm just saying. But let's be serious here, all jokes aside. This isn't about, to me, productivity or self-improvement. I think it's really about freedom. When you are trapped in goal prison, you're not living your life. You're performing it, right? You're going through the routine set by the Warden. You're constantly measuring yourself against some future version of who you think you should be, which means you're never really present for who you actually are right this very minute. The bigger paradigm shift here is moving from external validation, all the people around you, to internal alignment. From doing more to being more. From achieving your way to happiness to designing a life that feels good while you're living it in the present moment. The difference between building a business because you think you should and building one because it's an expression of who you are and what you can give to those around you. The difference between losing weight because society says you should and taking care of your body because you respect the vessel that carries your dreams, that helps you execute your dreams on a daily basis. So here's your whiskered wisdom for today. Your identity is your destiny. Your identity is not your goals. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. So the question isn't, what do I want to achieve in 2026? No. The question is, who do I want to be in 2026? And what would that person do today? Yeah, your specific action for this week, take out one piece of paper and write down 3 identities that you want to embody in 2026. Not goals, not achievements, identities. For example, I am someone who creates value for others. Yeah. I am someone who prioritizes my health, and I am someone who builds meaningful, lasting relationships. You feel me on those, right? If you're not nodding along right now, just go ahead and press stop right now because this is not the place for you. Then, once you've written those down, for each of those identities, I want you to write down one small action that you could take today, as soon as you finish writing it down, that would be consistent with that identity. Don't worry about the outcomes. Don't worry about the timelines, whether it's a year from now or 90 days from now. Something you can do right away. Just focus on being that person, that identity right now in this very moment. Because here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent with who you are becoming. There it is. Listen, 2026, it's going to happen whether you're intentional about it or not. You can spend it trapped in goal prison, as you probably have many years prior, right? Constantly measuring yourself against arbitrary standards and feeling like you're still not enough. Or you can go ahead and break free and design an identity that excites you and let your actions flow like a river naturally from who you are becoming. The choice is yours. But whatever you choose, don't just think about it, even as you're listening to me right now. Act on it. Your future self is counting on the decisions that you make today. With that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.